we've had a chance to talk about that and talk about your daughter and talk about life and parenting and all kinds of stuff. And I love how just the courage that you have to talk about Jesus with your band. And a lot of those guys are in a completely different place than you are. You talk about it in magazines. You talk about it everywhere. In fact, you just made a whole documentary about your story and your life called Loud Crazy Love. Is that hard for you to be open about the fact that you are a Christian? And does that take a lot of courage?
I was thinking about that earlier. I was talking to someone, and I look at it like this. When you fall in love with a woman, or a woman falls in love with a man, and that's all they think about and all they talk about, is that person. It's like you're lovesick, kind of. And I kind of I think about it like that because I've had my heart broken many times in the earth, in the world, since I've been alive. And well, I don't know, when God's love, there's a Romans 5:5 where it says God's love is poured out. I think it's Romans 5:5. Don't quote me on that, but God's love is poured out into our hearts by the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, amen.
So immediately, like when I felt that and I experienced that peace that surpasses all understanding, I immediately was drawn to that, and then the addictions fell, and then the total life, 180 change happened, and I was just so grateful to be out of the dungeon because my millions, whatever I had in the bank, they couldn't help me. The psychiatrists that I went through, they couldn't help me. But as soon as Jesus poured that love into my heart, and everything made sense in life, and so I was like, I'm not going to hoard Jesus and not share him,
Yeah.
And so
that's so great.
But it does take courage though, because there's a lot of rejection when it comes. People think I'm the Jesus freaking Korn, and so there's some, and so I do deal with that. But I mean, nobody can shut me up. It's just it just comes natural. But it does take courage, and sometimes I have to walk through my fear of man and my what do you call it, just shyness or whatever, and push through.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I'm so glad that you do, man, because you encourage so many people, and I can't think of how many people must because of you be thinking, hey, I wonder what this Jesus guy is all about, and I wonder what the Bible is all about, and checking it out, and they could have a life change too.